It's our privilege now to welcome in Lobo head coach Paul Weir in our Lobo basketball post-game show. 85-60 is the final as St. Mary's defeats New Mexico. Coach Weir, just overall, your thoughts on tonight's game?
There's a lot of different probably layers to it. Clearly, we're not playing very good basketball right now. It's attributed probably to a lot of different factors. Independent of how poorly we play, when you shoot that percentage from three, you're not going to really be in very many basketball games. So if some of those go in, you're maybe not feeling the way that you do right now. But that's not necessarily to just condone the rest of the effort. It wasn't very good. I could attribute it to travel and fatigue and youth and a million different things, but unfortunately it is what it is. It's back-to-back really disappointing efforts. It's something that's very new to me, new to this team, and we've got to find a way to dig our way out of it.
Coach, defensively, definitely, there was no answer for Ford. Jordan Ford was able to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
But offensively, because you shoot the three-point shot so much and you rely so much on the three-point shot, is there any other go-to offense that you have?
Yeah, I was really disappointed because I thought Vlad did such a good job tonight of getting really good post availability. We just had a really tough time with our guards seeing it, and they had pretty good ball pressure on the ball. They're a team that kind of packs it in off the ball, but give really good ball pressure on the ball. And unfortunately, we just don't have the guard play right now to be able to take on that kind of pressure and see another guy that's open. And I know that seems really basic and probably poor teaching and coaching, but when you're playing freshman guard, sophomore guard, I mean, it's hard. They're just not there. They're not there to be able to come off of a screen or take on pressure and see what the defense has given you, particularly when you're not making shots. When you're making shots, the floor opens up for everybody and things look good. And when you're making shots at the rate we have the last couple games, it makes you be really good offensively in areas that right now we're clearly not there yet.
Is that kind of the scout for New Mexico, as you run them off the three line and you take away their offensive threat?
Yeah, no, I think what's become the scout, unfortunately, is they're just laying off certain guys and taking away other guys. And, those guys that are being left open, I don't want to start talking about individual players. That's not really my intent, but I think we just need some guys to just play a little bit more within what we want them to do, and not the defense is giving them things for a certain reason and they're taking them, and we talk about it and coach about it, but when you get in the game and it's there, it's tempting and you do it, and unfortunately it's just kind of taken us a little bit out of rhythm. It's been about 3 games of it now. UTEP kind of started it, New Mexico State went with it, and now St. Mary's went with it, and that's film for 2 weeks of here's what we do and they do A, and here's what we do and they do B, and unfortunately we just don't have the maturity and probably just the wherewithal to still execute the things that we want to execute, and that's on me as a coach. And then part of it's just they're kids, and you look out there, last game, you look out there this game, and you look at the opponent and you look at us, you're looking at a bunch of kids trying to I think do what they're supposed to do, but they just don't have the reps yet to be able to pull it off the way that we want.
You mentioned in the pregame about defending at the back end of the press and protecting the rim.
Yeah.
And I know Corey Manigault would be a help in terms of that with his size, but what about that today and doing a better job with that moving forward?
Yeah, I actually thought the back of the press was much better. As our one-on-one defense was just it was bad. And we talked a lot about Ford going into the game. He's such a good player. We watched more film on him than any player we've gone against all year, and talked a lot of little nuances nuances in his game and his hesitation moves and his in and outs and his stutter and goes and all these different moves, and we went through them and we kind of practiced them. But until you play a kid like that, when you're someone with the kids that we're kind of playing with, it's hard to duplicate it. You can talk about it and say he's going to hesitate and go, but then when he hesitates and goes and he goes right by you, you kind of learn baptism by fire, I guess. And like I said, those are definitely areas of concern, but I think when you shoot what we shot from 3, 4 for whatever, that can mask some things. If that's 13 for whatever, now all of a sudden you're sitting here saying a completely different tune. And unfortunately, we're a team, particularly right now, that has to make three-point shots in order to continue to be successful and win games while the rest of this stuff kind of catches up and players get in the lineup or whatever those other things may be.
All right, Coach Weir, I know that you came up to see us before your presser tonight. We appreciate you very much.
Yep.
Thank you, and we'll see you again very soon.
Yep.
Lobo head coach Paul Weir, our guest in our post-game show. We come back after this timeout at the Staples Center, where New Mexico has fallen to St. Mary's 85-60. You're listening to Lobo basketball from Lear Field.